I'm kind of winging this. Oh no. Ow! Oh, I just stabbed myself with a pin. Fingers crossed that this project works out. Yikes. Hey guys, I'm Emily. I like to make my own clothes, and this channel is where I document those projects. So I've been in a little bit of a slump recently, a bit of a creative rut, if you will. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and it's just getting me down a little bit. So haven't really had the motivation to sew anything recently. I do want to get back into it, and I have some fabric in my stash to make a simple bias cut skirt. It's something that I've been wanting to make for a while. I just feel like it's a relatively easy project that will help sort of ease me back into things. The skirt pattern that I will be sewing throughout this vlog is the Clo Bias Skirt, and I'll include a link to it in the description down below. I'm kind of just hoping that this project will be fast and fun and just kind of get me into the groove of things again. So let's get started. There's so much fabric to iron. Been really rainy the past couple days, so I bought some flowers just to try to brighten up the place, cheer myself up from all the gloom. Hello friends. Okay, it's been a while since we last spoke. I'm really sorry about that. Been really busy with work and just life things, but today I finally have some time, so I'm going to cut out my fabric pieces for this skirt. I hope I have enough fabric for this project. You guys, this fabric is really hard to cut. Okay, I'm done cutting out the two hardest pieces at least. Oh my god, that was so hard. That was really hard. It's possible that this could be my first sewing project. Well, actually, that's not true. I did mess up a shirt that I made. So I guess my second sewing project fail. This fabric is really hard to cut. Oh my god, these skirt pieces don't match at all. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I need to do some trimming just to make these pieces fit a little bit better. Let me show you. Ugh. Yeah, these pieces kind of don't match. I'm gonna have to fix that. Ooh, yikes. Okay, I think this is better. I think the seams match a little better now. Okay, I will probably get sewing another day because cutting out that fabric took a couple years off my lifespan. Fingers crossed that this project works out. Finally get to experience the snow of Mammoth Lakes. Hello. So it's been a while again. Good news is today I'm finally ready to start sewing the skirt. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit scared. I kind of did a terrible job cutting out the fabric, and so all of the edges are a little bit wonky. None of them notches match up. Luckily, this is a pretty simple pattern, so I'm just gonna kind of go for it and hope that I end up with a skirt-like object at the end. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to start sewing together the side seams of the skirt. Now the pattern calls for French seaming the sides. I'm not gonna do that because this fabric is really hard to work with. I think I'll just sew the sides and then serge it and pray for the best. I'm also using a walking foot for the first time, so we'll see how this goes. Things are happening. Yeah, okay. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so overall, that went okay. This fabric is definitely very hard to work with. I have to unpick a little bit of this seam because it's a little bit wonky. Do you guys see this? It's like, I don't know if you can see it in the camera. It's just like a really jagged seam. And I'm having a really hard time sewing this straight here. I'm using a walking foot on my machine. Someone, I think online, people said that that's supposed to help with like slippery fabrics, but I don't know, this is still really hard. I don't know if it's like my technique or like my machine. Okay, after finagling with that first seam, I'm going to try serging it now. We'll see how this goes. This whole project is kind of a flying by the seat of my pants type ordeal. Guys, it's really gonna be a miracle if I end up with a skirt at the end of this. I have no idea what I've gotten myself into. Oh no. My serger is caught. This is not good. This thread just doesn't want to go into the needle. I don't know why. Ooh, what's going on? Oh my god, this is so... I'm getting really frustrated. Okay, I got it through the needle. Oh my god. Wow, that was hard. So you know how I said it would be a miracle if I ended up with a skirt object out of this? I think it's gonna be a miracle if I end up with anything at all after this. Okay, nice. Finally a win. All right, we have a serged seam. It's probably kind of hard to see on camera, but at least that one will. So the pieces are now connected. I guess we'll do that again and hope that it goes smoother than this first go. Ow! Oh, I just stabbed myself with a pin. Project is kind of chaos. You know, usually sewing is relaxing. This is probably the most stressed out I've been in weeks. And I keep getting stabbed by pins. This is looking promising. Ignore all of the wrinkles. I'm obviously gonna steam this before I actually wear it, but yeah, I'm feeling optimistic that I will end up with a skirt that I'll actually want to wear at the end of this. There's hope, guys. There's hope. She's looking like a skirt. Okay, so I'm now at the point of working on the waistband. So I have to add buttonholes to this waistband. It's like an elasticated waist, and then there's also going to be a drawstring. And so I attached some interfacing to the back of where the buttonholes are going to be to help reinforce the buttonholes. And I'm going to do this with my machine. I just tested it out. I was kind of worried about whether or not this fabric was too thin and slippery to do buttonholes with the machine, but I just tested it out on a piece of scrap fabric that didn't have any interfacing at all, and it kind of went okay. Fingers crossed that this waistband goes okay. I honestly kind of hate doing buttonholes. They just, I don't know why. They're intimidating. Nice! I got a pretty good buttonhole. I don't know if you can see it because the fabric is really close, but it's a pretty good buttonhole. I'm happy with this. I can live with this. Now I have to do that again. That's also pretty good. I think my second buttonhole might be a little bit bigger than my first buttonhole, but honestly, it's a pretty minuscule difference. I don't think anyone's gonna notice. You see that? You see this little buttonhole? It's pretty good. Okay, so I have the waistband sewn up now. The only thing I have to do is actually attach it to the skirt. But before I do that, I actually did want to line the skirt. The fabric that I chose is really thin, and so I think it'll just be nicer if there was like another layer underneath. Because I did such a bad job cutting out the fabric pieces, I didn't want to just use the pattern pieces to cut out the inner lining for this. So my plan was, now that I have the skirt kind of sewn up, I'm going to take the waist measurements and I'm gonna basically cut out the lining such that it matches the waist measurements of this skirt. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew the lining and then attach the lining to the skirt when I do the waistband. I'm kind of winging this. So yeah, hope it goes well. That was a little chaotic, but something resembling a skirt. Ugh. I think this will work as a lining. On the inside, no one's gonna see it. The theme of today's video is it's skirt shaped, therefore it's a win. I can't believe I was like, oh yeah, this will be such a like easy project, a little palette cleanser to get me back into sewing. This is like the hardest thing I've made. It's like the simplest pattern, but the hardest thing I've sewed. You guys, I promise that I am a lot more precise with my sewing project. I'm not usually this chaotic. I swear I'm not usually this chaotic, at least. I'm gonna baste the lining to the skirt and then I'll attach the waistband and I'll probably call it a day. I'm kind of beat, honestly. I'm gonna do wrong sides together. That didn't go so poorly. I now have the lining attached to the skirt and I just did a quick fit check and it fits. So we're making good progress. It definitely looks like a skirt. So I feel like that's a win. The last thing I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna try to attach the waistband to the skirt. I'm gonna pin the waistband to the skirt and then I will sew. I attached the waistband and it looks pretty good actually. Yeah, it looks pretty good. That was a lot. That was a really stressful day. So now all that's left is I have to add an elastic to this and I have to sew the drawstrings and then I'm also gonna have to hem it, obviously. Next time we see each other, hopefully this skirt will be done. Despite all of the chaos and the bumps in the road today, I think this is actually going to turn out really cute and I'm really excited to wear it. Yay! Okay, I finished the waistband, the elastic, the drawstring, everything has been added. The skirt's looking really good, actually. I'm super surprised after how much of a shit show it was sewing this. So all that's left is hemming it, I'm gonna let this hang overnight because apparently with slippery fabrics like viscose, it's good to just let it hang. It'll help with like getting it settled. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll finish hemming it and then I'll show you guys the finished skirt. Overall, I'm really happy with how this skirt turned out. There are some things that I've learned from this project that I would do differently next time. First, I'd probably starch the fabric if I use viscose again, just to stiffen it up and make it easier to work with, especially easier to cut. And I would definitely do all the cutting with a rotary blade right off the bat just to make the edges more even. But the Clo Bias Skirt pattern itself is really great and I'd highly recommend it for a quick, easy sew. All right, see you guys in the next video. Bye!